Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. Here is Vivi and Nico at Kcomber. Kcomber is the leading market intelligence provider in China.
Hello, I'm Nico. Good to see you here.
Before we begin our webinar today, let's see the latest quote on the lithium battery market first. The latest quote for battery-grade lithium carbonate is $41,180 per ton. The latest quote for LiPF6 is $20,833 per ton, and the latest quote for lithium ferrous phosphate is $30,194 per ton. In recent years, China's lithium battery market has developed rapidly. It is reported that in 2022, the global lithium battery market size of more than 1,100 gigawatt-hours, of which China's lithium battery market size of 750 gigawatt-hours, accounting for nearly 70% of the world. China's share of the global lithium battery market has further increased, and China has been the world's largest lithium battery market for 6 consecutive years. Now, let's move on the topic to the current situation of China's lithium battery market.
Sure, here is a quick note on today's agenda. Firstly is to understand the current environment for the ion battery industries. Secondly, we will look through the recent dynamics of the ion battery market and enterprises. And then we will go over price analysis and focus trend on lithium carbonate. Last, we will give you an idea about the trend of the market of the ion battery. A recorded version of today's webinar will be available online. We would upload it to YouTube and send you the link to check. If you have any questions during the webinar, you may type them in the chat box anytime, and we will solve your queries by email after the webinar, as the meeting time is limited today. Alright, let's start.
First of all, let's look at the overall environment of China's lithium battery industry. At the political level, China currently leads the lithium battery industry and its upstream and downstream industry as key areas of national support. Chinese government has issued a series of policies to support the new energy vehicles and lithium battery industry, such as the National Development Plan for the new energy vehicle industry and the promotion and application of new energy vehicles. According to the guidance of China's current policies, the lithium battery industry will continue to be supported by the national government in the next few years, and the government will continue to promote the implementation of the electronic vehicle development strategy to provide the industry with a sound support policy. Strong government support will stimulate industry technology improvement, promote industry resource aggregation and integration, and bring more development opportunities for enterprises.
At the economic aspect, after the epidemic, China's microeconomic growth situation continues, and China's raw material exports also continue to grow relatively steadily, providing a good economic development environment for the lithium battery industries.
At the socio-environmental level, with the increasing awareness of global environmental protection, the market for new energy vehicles continues to expand. At the same time, the demand for lithium batteries in the field of mobile terminals and energy storage is also gradually increasing. The implementation of 5G communication network and 3C electronic products are constantly updated. Also, with the increasing income of Chinese residents and in the improvement of consumption power, the consumer market will be more open in 2023, and consumer cognition will be further promoted. What's more, under the guidance of the Chinese government policies, a large consumer group is actively entering the new energy vehicle market, and they are optimistic about the new energy vehicles and the ion battery industry. Consumer restrictions on new products have also been relaxed, which will lead to more innovation in the industry and thus promote the development of the industry.
In terms of technical environment, As the world's largest Li-ion battery consumer market, China's Li-ion battery industry chain and supply chain is also facing the problem of insufficient supply of Li-ion ore resources, Li-ion technology constraints, and low level of automation. At present, there is still a gap between China's Li-ion battery manufacturers at current level of automation and the international first-class enterprises. So the China Li-ion battery manufacturers on high-end automatic Li-ion battery production equipment demand is increasingly strong. This phenomenon promotes the Li-ion battery equipment market gradually to have technology and brand competitive advantage manufacturer concentrated. These equipment manufacturers can help battery enterprises to build intelligent workshops, build intelligent production so as to achieve high-end production capacity.
Now, Nicole, let's take a look at the current dynamic of China's Li-ion battery industry. From the market side, the output of ternary precursors increased in June compared to the previous year as a result of the release of production capacity and the quick growth of the downstream sector. There is something new in the company side. On 27 June, Tinci Materials announced plans to set up a Moroccan subsidiary and a 200,000 tons per year electrolyte project in the US.
On 13 July, Jiangsu Port started building the first phase of its Indonesia Liyuan 30,000 tons per year LFP project. According to reports, a 120,000 tons per year LFP cathode materials capacity is planned for the project, and which its first phase will have a 30,000 tons per year capacity. The project is expected to cost $290 million US. From the consumption perspective to see the China Lian battery market, in June 2023, China's installed capacity of power battery was 32.9 gigawatt-hour, a year-on-year increase of 21.8% and a month-on-month increase of 16.5% from January to June 2023. China's total installed capacity of power battery was 152.1 gigawatt-hour, a cumulative growth of 38.1% over last year.
Thank you for sharing us the market dynamics, Nicole. Let's move on to see the market from the producer side. Last year, our newsletter reported many terminated, upcoming and ongoing Li-ion battery production plan. Let's see what's new in this year. On April 20, Tianqi announced the termination of its acquisition of ESS, an Australian company with 11.2 million tons of lithium ore resources. Projects can be terminated due to tons of reasons. As the market is continuing developing, we still have lots of ongoing and upcoming production projects in China. On June 6, Salt Lake shares annual output of 20,000 tons of battery-grade lithium carbonate and 20,000 tons of lithium chloride project started. The Cauchory Aurora Salt Lake project in Argentina, owned by Ganfeng Lithium, produced its first lithium carbonate product on June 13. On June 27, Tinci Materials announced that it intends to establish a subsidiary in Morocco and carry out an annual output of 200,000 tons of electrolyte project in the United States.
I believe that many people are focusing on the price trend of lithium carbonate in the past 2 years. Prices of lithium carbonate have fluctuated widely. Phoebe, do you know the reasons that causing the price changes of lithium carbonate and any predictions on the price trend from experts?
Yes, as we can see that from the second half of 2020 to the end of 2022, the price of lithium carbonate per ton rose from about 5,500 US dollars to 83,000 US dollars. The end of November 2022 to the end of April this year, the price of lithium carbonate fell rapidly and fell to a low about 25,000 US dollars in April. From May to date, the price of lithium carbonate has gradually recovered and is currently around 42,000 US dollar with occasional small fluctuations. Let's first talk about reason why the price of lithium carbonate has plummeted. First of all, from the perspective of supply and demand, the collapse of lithium carbonate prices is mainly due to the relationship between supply and demand tend to be balanced. In the second half of last year, the surge in demand for lithium carbonate resulted from the sharp increase in sales of new energy vehicles. At the same time, affected by the epidemic and environmental protection policies, lithium carbonate production capacity is limited, and the supply is relatively tight. This situation of short supply has promoted the rapid rise in lithium carbonate prices.
However, since entering 2023, with the gradual improvement of epidemic prevention and control and environmental governance, lithium carbonate production capacity has gradually recovered and expanded. According to the statistics, in January to February 2023, China lithium carbonate production increased by 36.5% year-on-year, reaching 44,000 tons. In the same period, China new energy vehicle sales increased 3.2 times year-on-year to 481,000 units. It can be seen that the growth rate of lithium carbonate supply is exceeding the growth rate of demand, and the relationship between supply and demand tends to be balanced. This supply and demand balance has caused lithium carbonate prices to fall. Secondly, from the cost point of view, the collapse of lithium carbonate prices is due to the decline in costs. The main raw materials of lithium carbonate are lithium ore and sulfuric acid. In the second half of last year, due to the shortage of lithium ore resources at home and abroad and the difficulty of transportation, the price of lithium ore rose sharply. At the same time, affected by environmental protection policies and raw material prices, the price of sulfuric acid also has risen. The rise in the cost of these raw materials has directly pushed up the cost of lithium carbonate. However, since entering 2023, with the development and transportation of lithium ore resources at home and abroad, and the abundant supply of sulfuric acid market, lithium ore and sulfuric acid prices have declined. According to the statistics, in January to February 2023, the cost of China battery-grade lithium carbonate fell by 17.6% year-on-year, reaching out 21,944 US dollar per ton. It can be seen that the decline in cost of lithium carbonate is also an important factor leading to the decline in price of lithium carbonate.
Finally, from the policy point of view, the collapse of lithium carbonate prices is also due to the stimulus of favorable policies. In February 2023, the National Development and Reform Commission issued the guiding opinions on accelerating the high-quality development of the new energy automobile industry, which proposed the development goals and policy measures of the new energy automobile industry, including improving the market share of new energy vehicles, promoting technological innovation of new energy vehicles, and improving the charging infrastructure of new energy vehicles. These favorable policies have formed a strong support for the new energy vehicle industry trend and have a positive impact on the lithium carbonate market. On the other hand, favorable policies have increased the market demand for new energy vehicles, which has driven the growth of lithium carbonate demand. Favorable policies have promoted technological innovation in new energy vehicles, thereby improving the quality and performance of lithium carbonate, which reducing the consumption of it. These factors all help to alleviate the contradiction between supply and demand in the lithium carbonate market and stabilize the price of lithium carbonate.
Maybe we can see that since May this year, the price of lithium carbonate has rebounded, and what will be the development trend of its price in the future?
Lithium carbonate prices are likely to remain high this year. For the reasons for the rise in the price of lithium carbonate this round, the market consensus is that the inventory of battery manufacturers is at a low level, and due to the recovery of the car market in the second half of the year, replenishing inventory has become just needed. Since entering May this year, with the full resumption of production of downstream power battery manufacturers and the increased demand for installed energy storage batteries, lithium cell manufacturers have actively gone to storage, while meeting downstream demand by improving production capacity and adjusting sales strategies. In the next 3 to 5 years, supply will likely continue to be excess. The specific price level is limited by the release speed of low-cost production capacity, such as Salt Lake, and the price center may return to or even lower than 28,000 US dollar per ton, and the volatility is significantly reduced. However, the trend of lithium price depends on many factors such as lithium salt supply and demand, policy environment, upstream and downstream industry development, so the long-term trend remains difficult to judge.
Well, as for the analysis of price and forecast trend of lithium carbonate, that's it. If you have any questions left, please write them down in the chat box. We will solve your queries by email as soon as possible.
Let's talk about the future focus of the Li-ion battery market. I think a lot of people are more concerned about this issue.
Yes, I think so. With the development of new energy vehicles, new energy storage, and consumer electronics market, power batteries, energy storage batteries, and consumer battery market demand are growing year by year. The ion battery industry development prospects are good. The ion battery manufacturers have developed and implemented expansion plans. Affected by the expansion of Li-ion battery enterprises, the global Li-ion battery equipment market demand continues to rise. In 2022, the market size of China Li-ion battery equipment is 11 billion US dollar. It is predicted that the market size of China Li-ion battery equipment will reach 14.9 billion US dollar in 2023.
In addition, due to the strong promotion of new energy vehicles by China and foreign policies, the ion battery enterprises at home and abroad have opened a new round of large-scale expansion. According to the capacity investment and construction planning statistic released by various Li-ion battery enterprises, the total planned capacity in 2025 exceeds 300 gigawatt hours. BYD, Funan Technology, Honeycomb Energy, and other Li-ion battery companies have also announced plans to expand production to 120, 61, and 113 gigawatt-hour in 2025. From the perspective of the relatively high certainty of 2020 to 2022 annual production capacity planning, the expansion demand of Ningde Times, BYD, Funan Technology, and Honeycomb Energy is 64, 120, and 111 gigawatt-hour, respectively, an increase of 62%, 72%, and 39%, and the expansion speed is obvious. However, it is worth mentioning that when the rapid expansion of upstream production capacity and upstream expansion of production capacity concentrated release, overcapacity will begin to appear. The competition between the ion battery manufacturer has been unprecedentedly fierce, coupled with more and more new players with strong financial strength and technical advantage to enter the Li-ion battery industry, further aggravating the intensity of market competition. Under heavy pressure, China Li-ion battery leading enterprises in various segments began to find more opportunities by opening up overseas markets.
As the world's largest Li-ion battery consumer market, China's Li-ion battery industry chain and supply chain is also facing the problem of insufficient supply of Li-ion ore resources, Li-ion technology constraints, and low level of automation. In the future, as China's Li-ion battery manufacturers actively cooperate with power grid enterprises and vehicle manufacturers to develop advanced energy storage batteries and power batteries, high-end Li-ion battery products have stricter requirements for production process accuracy, and the application prospects of high-end Li-ion batteries will be broader.
That's all the information we share in this webinar. Thank you very much for attending, and we hope you could get some key points out of presentation. If you have any question left, please write them down in the chat box. We will gather all of them and answer them detailed to your email as soon as possible.
All the information was enabled by our brand CCM and Chainalysis. If you want to find out more, I recommend you to have a look at our website and contact our team for any questions and inquiries.
Thanks again and have an awesome day.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.